growth comes at you fast, and it's never going to be easy. I'm Dom Jackson, David A. Media, and this is 7 Day Scoop Show, my weekly show where I document my career and decisions that I'm making. You're eventually trying to pursue, so I use my story and my current events to help you. Big week this week. A lot of opportunities came up. Had some new people get hired this week, which was pretty awesome. With this industry, some people last, some people don't. So that first day is a real test of seeing who's going to actually last for the long term. At the same time, the owner and leader of the van had to go somewhere else. So it was me and my other colleague and the two new people running the van this week, which is pretty cool. I handled a lot of the bigger things going on as far as everyone's schedule and the whole operation. So I really got to see what it was like to run and operate the entire business. And doing that with two new people on staff was intense. It was just a lot of unsureness of what's going to happen next. Will these people last? Will they be good? It lucked out that they new people handled the sales pretty well for their first week, listened, were receptive, and then me and my colleague had a chance to go out there and just go crush it, and take care of everything else that needed to be done. But it was interesting for me because it was the first time I was I'm the last line of defense. These people really need to make sure I'm as on it as possible with everything going on. So it's really why I wanted to do this, for the leadership abilities, the growth abilities, the understanding of hey, this is how things are done over here, and really being able to convey the best versions of what I know to help people out. So it was a great experience to kind of go and work with the group and have everyone out together. I just really had a lot of I had to fight a lot of things in myself of oh, I don't know how to do this. Oh, I'm not good at this. Oh, I could probably do this better. And I think one of the best ways I could just keep myself being confident no matter what was that I understood that everything that I'm doing wrong and that I know I'm doing wrong is now a seed that's being planted that I'll fix later on. So I'm hey, I may not do this the best. I may not teach the best yet. I may not, I slacked here, but I picked up here, but the whole group went better here. And the one thing that kept me going was hey, this is the small version of the future of what you're going to get done. And that kind of kept my confidence the entire time, because definitely some times where I was oh shoot, this is a low moment, or this is not right, or this is not right. And it really helped me out a lot. So, anybody watching this, when you're in a spot where you haven't been before, especially if you're trying to grow a lot, you're gonna have to continually put yourself in positions where you don't know what you're doing, or you may not know exactly how to do it, even if you have an idea. And just understand that it's part of the process, and really just, sit down and look at yourself and be hey, I'm gonna mess this up right now, but it won't be messed up forever. And the message I'm making now for the wins I'll have in the future. And that really is the only way I can describe what it takes to get to that next phase. The team ended up doing, good for what the team was. And now it's how do we get to that next stage of, growing? Looking at things from the whole perspective, not just me, not just, stuff I sold, stuff I programmed, stuff I got done, but how's the whole business operating? How's every single person involved operating? How can I make them better? How can I help them out? Where are the buckets, the holes in the bucket that needs to be fixed today, and where are the holes in the bucket that needs to be fixed in the entire business? And how do I make sure I'm focused on the right one each time? So a lot of bigger perspective, a lot of not knowing, a lot of being who I want to be and becoming who I said I was going to become, and then just seeing that process unfold. Really great. There also was a big customer service moment. We had somebody have some issues with one of the cars, and I had to communicate to the member what was happening, problem solve to fix it, network out to call the people to see how to get it done, and then come up with a solution to be able to convey that information to each person. And cars are a pretty personal thing, so it's not something that you just, it's always easy to do. But now I always have the confidence now, hey, I can do this, and I'll be able to handle what comes with it. So, my message for you, for me, for anyone else involved in their process of growing right now and changing is yo, probably won't figure it out today. You may not even figure it out this month. But as long as you're in the mentality of like you're gonna figure it out at some point, you'll get there. So just take in these micro losses for the bigger win long term. And as always, take it one step at a time to get there, day by day.